Cowabunga! It's the Mad Merlins unboxing of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Shadows of the Past, The Works by IDW Games. Hello and welcome to this Mad Merlins unboxing. Today we have something I've been wanting for many years. Back in 2016, something hit Kickstarter that would change board games as we know it. That change was comic-driven board games. And this is just one of the two games that I wanted. The other one being the Ghostbusters. I'll get more into what comic-driven games are later, but first, put your shells together and give me free, dude, for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Shadows of the Past, The Works. Just in case you've been living in a sewer, I'll fill you in quickly on who the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are. The brainchild of Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, or TMNT for short, was a comic book series from the 80s that told the story of four pet turtles, their rat master Splinter, and a canister of green ooze that changed them forever. Mutated into humanoid beings, Splinter took it upon himself to raise the turtles as his sons. He trained them in the art of ninjutsu and named them after the famous Renaissance art painters Leonardo, Donatello, Michelangelo, and Raphael. Together they defended New York from the evil Foot Clan and their leader, Shredder. TMNT Shadows of the Past is a board game by Kevin Wilson, the famous game designer who brought you much loved favourites such as Arkham Horror and Conan. This game is ideal for 2 to 5 players, is suitable for ages 12 and up, and with games taking place between 60 and 90 minutes, or even longer if you want to complete all the missions in a given book, it's a perfect game for your gaming repertoire. I'll break down this review into 2 parts. First, I'll cover what you would get if you bought the standard core set. Then, I'll look at these Kickstarter exclusive items. So, the TMNT Shadows of the Past core game includes the Rulebook, two adventure comics, a victory bookmark so you can keep your track of who's won the mission at the end and also to remember where you left off. A set of 6, I'll get them in the screen, beautifully detailed double-sided game boards. A set of 8 combat dice, a set of 15 action dice, each color coded to the Ninja Turtles, 4 hero cards, 1 for each of the Ninja Turtles. Each hero card and turtle has access to a set of skills that they can choose from the start of each battle. The missions will dictate how many you may take per mission. 4 boss cards. 5 henchman cards. As well as decks for each of the characters and henchmen. That again, the mission guides will tell you how to construct the villain deck. You get a set of 5 ally cards. Missions will state if a certain ally can or can't be taken and how many allies can be taken by the heroes. And there is a whole multitude of tokens. You have the drained and manhole cover tokens, KO tokens, turn tokens. When a turtle has took their turn, they receive one of these, so they don't get a second turn. Garbage can tokens, car tokens, and a variety of different cars and vans. Dumpster tokens, trash bag piles, fire escapes, security doors, security cameras, steam jets, shipping containers, computer consoles, blocking tokens, objective tokens, the focus tokens, and finally the double-sided good and evil health tokens. The 46 prop tokens also have corresponding cards which tell you how your characters will interact with the items in game. There are a total of 132 of the status tokens. Which are only explained in the rulebook. You also get, finally, 45 plastic miniatures, because what board game isn't complete without miniatures? So we get each of the 4 turtles, Leonardo, Donatello, Michelangelo, and Raphael. On the villain side, you have the 4 leader villains. Which are Old Hob, leader of the Street Thugs, Alopex, a Shadow Clan Ninja Fox, Karai, and of course, Orokusaki himself, the Shredder. The Shredder? Was that a kitchen utensil? We also get 5 each of the Brawler and Gunner Street Thugs. "18 Foot Ninjas. "3 of the Foot Bruisers. And 6 of the Foot Elite. Take a quick overview of the rulebook. So first off, we have an overview and list of all the components within the set. Quick detail about each of the different components. How to set up play and play your first example scenario. Constructing the villain decks, round sequence, how the action dice pool will work. Each Ninja Turtle has a pool of dice that they can use themselves. The person next to them can also utilize the last or first dice in the line. The exemption of that rule is Raphael, who has a dice pool of 6 dice. Then it explains villains' turns, end of round, how the villain cards work. They work different to the turtles, who get random dice rolls. Villain cards have set icons on them, and only the stated character or henchman can use those icons. The action icons are move or double move, attack or double attack, range or double ranged, defense, special, and chi, which is a hero-only icon, and will gain focus tokens, which they can use to activate specific in-game actions. Has a quick section about how to combine and divide up your actions. Like I said, once you roll your dice, you can decide the order they sit in front of you, and then depending on who's next to you, you might want them to have an extra move or an extra attack, or even roll some extra defense. Then we have a breakdown of the rules, how terrain works with movement, breaking away from enemies, which costs an additional point of movement, melee striking. You use the combat dice, which have 3 icons on: hit, double hit, and a defense. When rolling for an attack, you ignore any defenses, and when rolling for defense, likewise, you ignore any hits. Rules for ranged attack, special moves, using terrain which can be thrown, playing villain abilities, a breakdown on villain ability card, spawning new minions, wounds, healing, KO'd figures, and about focus, making focus checks, winning the game, saving your place, using allies, and tracking the round. On the back you have a dice reference table, as well as the game credits. Finally, quick look through the adventure comics. Each one explains how to use the comic, table of contents, and it breaks down into the 1 of 2 books in each book. So, for instance, book 1 in the Shadows. Each mission is preluded with a quick comic page example, and then special rules, any strength bonuses, how the objectives are winning the game, and what happens when the evil or good side wins. Any terrain cards that are active in this scenario. Then over the page you have your setup. At the top you'll have leaders. In this example deck, in this first mission, there's none, it's just the street brawlers. You use all of the decks plus the regroup card, and you set up the board as it's depicted here. So in this scenario, the goal is to beat down the thugs and escape without being seen. Heroes win if they KO at least 8 thugs. The villains will win if 3 thugs move off the board. So there we go, that's the scenario. Then, like I said, each one has a comic book. And your book 2, Turtle Hunt. And each one uses different boards, different cards, variety of enemies, and beautiful artwork of the 4 turtles on the front and back, which can of course join together to make one complete artwork. On the back of each one, concept of the figures, which I think is a very nice little addition. As I said at the beginning, this was a Kickstarter game, and of course with all Kickstarter games there are exclusives. The exclusives for the campaign included Eastman and Laird Turtles and Ultimate Shredder. The Ultimate Shredder can replace the regular Shredder in any of the games, and the Ninja Turtles are just an alternative way to field the regular turtles. I will show their miniatures shortly. You also got 3 additional enemies, the Mousers, and everyone's favourite mutant thugs, Bebop and Rocksteady. You also got early access to the expansions, which were April O'Neil, Casey Jones, and Master Splinter. Only April really saw world-wide availability. The game was quickly replaced with Change is Constant, which is the next continuation of the story. But uses very similar rules, but had different stats and stuff. So the games can mix, but you have to change over certain components. Of course, each character had a set of special ability cards. And you also got exclusive allies. You got the 4 turtles, Kevin Eastman, and Fugitoid. There was the Kickstarter bonus battles, list of contents in the Kickstarter edition, the Save the Studio mission, Rooftop Rush, the Mousers, and the bonus, Bebop and Rocksteady Destroy Everything. And on the back, we have artwork for the Mouser, Casey, and April figures. Some nice Eastman-led turtle artwork. The end. Kevin Eastman's Northampton, Massachusetts studio. And an exclusive artwork plus a thank you letter from those at IDW Games. Also, for the missions, you got an exclusive board, which is Kevin Eastman Studio, with a blank roof tile on the reverse. Also, as a Kickstarter backer, you received 4 exclusive Eastman style Ninja Turtle lithographs, one of which is signed by Kevin Eastman. So we got 4 turtles on the back, Leo, Mikey, and Raph against the foot, and Donnie and Leo overlooking the Statue of Liberty with the defeated Shredder's helmet. I'll be framing these as it'll be some nice decor for my gaming room. So again, as I said, with the Kickstarter, you had exclusive figures. So you got the Eastman-led Ninja Turtles. There's Donatello, Michelangelo, Leonardo, and Raphael. You also got 15 of the Mousers for the Mouser mission. All the same, just nice little bitey guys. You got the 3 heroes, the sports mad brawler Casey Jones, tech savvy reporter April O'Neil, and of course the Ninja Turtles Master Splinter. I think it's a lovely little model, but I do like rats, so I'm a bit biased. You also got Ultimate Shredder, although this much more resembles the regular Master Shredder artwork, and the Master Shredder figure much more resembles the Ultimate Shredder artwork. But this guy will be perfect for a Super Shredder. and a nice additional boss. You also got human versions of Bebop and Rocksteady, who can be spawned in the place of a Foot Clan elite in certain missions. And of course you have mutated Bebop and Rocksteady. Bebop with his chainsaw and Rocksteady with a massive sledgehammer. Again, these take the place of a specific villain in certain missions. So, price rise for this awesome game. You can, of course, still back it on Kickstarter, where you can get the core game for $90 or £65, or the Works Edition will cost you $150 or £108. If it's not backable, it's at least still viewable if you search for TMNT Shadows of the Past. Alternatively, there are some online retailers who stock the game. The core game will set you back $89.99. Or if you're lucky like me and can find it secondhand on eBay, I managed to snap up my copy for a brilliant £56. So, final thoughts on this game. It's a great game. I mean, with Kevin Wilson behind it, you know it's a good game. He's done various other games that are well known. The Arkham Horror series. There's, like I said earlier, there's Changes Constant, as well as City Fall, which are 2 expansions to this basic game, continuing the story. There's also a Batman game, which you can merge with the Turtle game, which is quite nice. And there's other games also based on the IDW comics, as I mentioned earlier. There's the Ghostbusters one, which I'm looking at trying to get next. I'd like to try and get some of the Kickstarter exclusive stuff, like the Extreme Ghostbuster team and the other variant art style, like the real Ghostbusters styled figures. So, like I said, it's a great game, especially if you grew up loving the comics or the cartoons of the Ninja Turtles, and like me, it is a special part of your childhood. The game mechanics are unique and interesting. There's plenty of replayability. While the scenarios will always set up the same, all the endings, well, can either go one or 2 ways, but will always be different each time you play because it depends on the outcomes, the dice rolls, and how well you work as a team. It's a very teamwork-focused game. This will make a fine addition to anyone's gaming collection. If you've got a load of friends who also grew up loving the Ninja Turtles, or have a game club who are mad on comic book games, this would be a perfect one to get it for them. Like I said, if you can find the game, get it. It is a good game. I will be doing playthroughs eventually for the missions. I'm still working on Hero Quest first of all. That is the most asked for game to do coverage of. I did a test video a while back, but I accidentally pressed stop instead of continue recording when I paused to check a rule. So I will go over that, check it, and film the first mission. Kind of hard being both the heroes and the villains, because you know what's on the good guy map, or the villain map, should I say. But I'm working my way around it. If you have any tips, please let me know in the comments below. As you know, I am mad about painting, so there will be tutorials, if you would like, for how to paint Ninja Turtles, the various villains, henchmen, etc. I will test a method for painting turtles on the Eastman Turtles, as they are all going to share a colour palette, having only red bandanas and brown belts, knee pads and elbow pads, with very similar skin and shell details. But if people would like to, I would do individual tutorials for the 4 turtles, show you how to paint each of the individual henchmen, and also do the characters. I really love the Eastman turtle design. It even has the controversial tail. Now we'll focus on Donnie. There is, of course, some mould lines that will require cleaning up, but that's all part and parcel of this wonderful hobby we are all in. So this has been the unboxing and review of TMNT Shadows of the Past The Works Collection by IDW Games. Thank you for watching. Be sure to follow me on all my social medias. Use my affiliate link or buy me a coffee down in the description below. And please like, comment, share, and subscribe for more mad content. So this has been Merlin. I'm quite mad about painting, and goodbye.